Hey, the game of the week on the Valley Channel tonight sees a cross-state rivalry. You've got Ridgeline playing host to the Highland Rams. Not Highland down in Salt Lake, Highland up in Pocatello, one of the top 5A programs in Idaho. It's Taysom Hill's alma mater, and they put a good product on the field every single year. They won the state championship 2 years ago, finished with only 2 losses last year, so it's going to be a tough one for Ridgeline tonight. Makes it even harder when they're without their leading rusher, Jovessa DeMooney, one of the top rushers and touchdown scorers in the state, sitting this one out with a little bit of an injury. They'll have him back hopefully in the next week or two. Caden Cox, the sophomore, will have a lot more placed on his shoulders, but the quarterback looks like he can handle the load. So far this season, he's really played well. Highland puts up a lot of points and they play well defensively. This will be a good test for Ridgeline tonight on the Game of the Week.
Fit Trainer is here.
Let's do this. Let's go, let's go. Follow me. Good strides, good strides. Come on, push. All right, guys, that warm-up's over. Now it's time to turn it up a notch. Raise those knees, hold strong, core, let's go.
Squeeze those biceps, keep those abs in tight.
You got a little resistance for a reason, let's use it. You're doing great.
You gotta see this.
Did someone order up some incline? Because here it comes. Finish this thing strong. Stay with me, push it. Then 3, 2. We're almost at the finish line. And rest. Beautiful work. That was an amazing workout. We'll see you next time.
Coach, you come off a tough loss down at Farmington. It's a very good 6A school, and so I don't know what you take away from that. You can speak to that a little bit. And then tell us about Highland coming in, another good school from Pocatello, Idaho.
Yeah, last week was a tough week for us. You know, credit to Farmington, an incredible team there, very well coached, very athletic, and they executed their game plan very well. We came out a little flat, and we got out coached, and typically, you know, that can happen when you go against a team like that, but we learned from the mistakes, we put it behind us. Now we're moving on to Highland, and we got to come ready this week. This is a very good team. They're very well coached, assignment sound, and they've got some great football players.
Well, just like when you coached at Logan, I look at your stat sheets and you really spread the ball around. Lots of kids getting touches and getting involved. Do you have that much depth, or are you making that much depth? Do you understand what I'm asking there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely think we have the depth, and not only that, but the versatility. These kids can carry the football in the backfield as well as go out and run routes for us, and they can also block and attach themselves to the line of scrimmage and then be receivers the next play. So it gives us a lot of options as an offense, and they do a great job at executing, and we're looking to really pick up the pieces from where things went wrong last week, get back on track, and have a good week this week.
I was talking to some other local media members before the season, and we were talking about the region and how we thought it would shake out, and I made the comment that if Ridgeline can find a quarterback, they could probably make some noise. And, you know, we saw you against Pineview. You got Caden Cox. He played a pretty good game there. Haven't seen him in between. He didn't put up as big in numbers, but it looks like maybe you found yourself a young quarterback there.
Oh, he's an absolute stud, and he's done some great things for us this year, and he's continuing to progress each week. What I really love about him is his leadership, his competitiveness, and his mental maturity for his age. He does a great job taking on what we put on his plate and executing it at a high level. And again, the kid is as competitive as they come. And so that's going to always make a great quarterback when you've got leadership, competitiveness, and IQ there.
You talk about the other side of the ball real quick. Last question. You're giving up some points. Is there some concern there, or is it just, hey, we've faced some pretty good attacks coming in? I mean, Pineview puts points on everybody. Farmington's really good. Are you feeling like we got some building blocks there, or are you feeling like maybe we'll tweak something here or there?
I think that that side of the ball, the defense has done a really great job. Obviously, there were some miscues that first week against Pineview, but again, that was a really great offensive team, and I think they're going to be putting up a lot of points all year long. And this last game, as an offense, we didn't do our best helping out the defense, and so I think that could be a combination of us being able to put them in better positions and just cleaning up a few things that we've done wrong week to week. But I'm really excited for what that side of the ball brings and what they can do tonight.
All right, good luck tonight. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
Hello and welcome to Millville, Utah, Ridgeline High School, where the Riverhawks play host to the Highland Rams. Highland out of the Pocatello area, Chubbuck, Idaho to be precise. Highland kicks off and it goes into the end zone, and Ridgeline will get the ball to start. Caden Cox, the sophomore quarterback, 64 of 96, 632 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions so far this season. Just a sophomore. He's going to hand off to Noah White. White looking for a seam, finds one, picks up about 5. They're going to give him 6, and that is big because Noah White is getting the ball a lot tonight. Jovessa Demooney not playing tonight. He's number 3 for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. We'll get to that in just a minute as Cox going to hand it off to White again. White bounces it again. White's got a first down as he picks up another 6 yards. White just a sophomore, but Demooney's banged up. He played hurt last week against Farmington, limited carries in that game, only I believe 17 yards rushing, and they're holding him out tonight. Try and get him better for region play. Cox's first pass is complete. He goes to Cam Dowley for 4 yards. And the Riverhawks in a hurry up to the line of scrimmage again. Highland, the 2017 state champs in 5A in Idaho. Far side, they run that little screen. We saw that play picked off for a touchdown going the other way against Pineview. And it doesn't get any yards this time as Simmons is brought down immediately. So it's going to be 3rd down, just like that, 3rd down and 6 for this Riverhawks team. They're 2-1, ugly loss to Farmington last week. Farmington, a very good 6A team. Cox has a man, it's Dowley, and he overthrows him. Dowley had broken free on that little corner pattern, and Cox just overthrows him. Cox has shown good touch on the ball that he throws, but that time a little bit too much for the sophomore, and it'll be 4th down. He's averaging about 10 yards per completion. His yardage is 6th in 4A, 632 yards. Ethan Wilson over at Logan is number 5. That was a high snap to Murdoch, who gets the kick away, and that's important because last week that was a problem. There were a couple of snaps that were errant against Farmington. One gave Farmington a goal-to-go situation, or a close to the end zone situation after a high snap that gets away, and another one to start the second half sails over the punter's head and into the end zone, and that one was a little bit tricky as well, so that's something they'll need to get ironed out. And here's Highland coming off a 23-10 loss to East down in Salt Lake. They only had 18 yards rushing in that game. Easton Durham, the quarterback. Durham's going to throw it out wide. He's got a man. They're going to call a hold on the edge as Josh Potter picks up enough for the first down, but it looked like Cooper Duffin had a hold of one of the Riverhawks. Wilhelm Duffin, Potter, DeMuzio, Jones, Schumann, and Mickelson all catching passes for Highland last week against Easton. It is a holding penalty. Durham, Potter, and Jones, the only players that ran the ball last week, and again, only 18 yards rushing. They had to throw the ball around a little. They play in the High Country Conference, a 5A school, and one of their conference mates is Madison of Idaho, and they're playing up the road against Skyview tonight. 3 receivers to the far side and 1 near side for Durham. Durham fakes the give and then throws a little shovel pass. Some yardage there for Dalton Jones.
Dalton Jones, the ball
He picks
carrier.
up 4. Ridgeline defensively giving up some points. If you saw my interview with Coach Van Leeuwen, you heard him address that. They've played against a couple of very good offenses, bringing some heat. Trouble for Durham, and down he goes. Rhett Gebert.
Rhett Gebert in the backfield brings down Durham.
Gebert hauls him down, and that's the first sack of the night for either team. And it brings up a 3rd and 17. Potter looked like he was coming in, then he hops back to the sidelines. So Durham in the backfield with him is Caleb DeMuzio. 2 wide to this side and 1 to the far side. It's the tight end Mickelson to the far side. Deep patterns. Durham in trouble. Gebert at his heels again, takes him down, but not until after he gets rid of it. 4th down, coming up for the Rams. It's a big test tonight for Ridgeline because Highland's a very good team. This is the alma mater of Taysom Hill, now with the New Orleans Saints. He graduated from there in 2007. In fact, we carried a game here on the Valley Channel that Hill played in against Skyview about 13 years ago. And yeah, he was good. At that time, he had committed to Stanford. Kick is away. Fielded at the 25-yard line, waiting for a block and getting minimal yardage is the ball carrier. That's Evan Webb. Webb loses his hat, and Ridgeline will take over. No score, 8:35 to play in the first quarter. And Caden Cox back onto the field. Noah White. That's the sophomore backfield with Jovessa DeMooney sitting out tonight. He's just a junior, so this Ridgeline team, they've got some talent that's going to be here for a couple of years. Peyton Knowles in there as well, number 32. He's just a sophomore, lining up in a tight end position on the far side of the line, and 2 wide, Murdoch to the near side. They're going to give to White. Bounces outside and hauled out of bounds after he picks up 5.
Off to right, dragged out by Dylan Gister.
If they can run the ball, it'll be interesting to see if they'll go heavy run. Travis Van Leeuwen's offense spreads the ball around. 7 receivers have caught passes for this offense. 2nd and 5. Cox is going to fake the give. They're going to come this side to Webb. He's well behind the line of scrimmage. Breaks 1 tackle and walloped out of bounds, and a flag comes in late. He's right at the marker. He picked up 5, but let's see the flag. It's probably an illegal block in the back or a hold on the edge on Ridgeline, and it's a hold. Ridgeline with their first penalty. And that's right at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 15. So each team with a holding penalty on similar plays.
We'd like to thank our Riverhawk boosters, Cash Car Wash, Giant Carpet.
Well, you're out there as that wide receiver block and out in the middle of nowhere. And you just hope that pass gets to the other receiver and he gets upfield in a hurry. Now they're going to run the same play. This one more of a little tunnel screen look. Webb again. He picks up 4.
Webb takes the ball, tripped up by Dylan.
We played just over 4 minutes of this game. There's no score, and for Ridgeline, it's their second possession. It's 3rd and 9. Cox in trouble, gets out of it, keeps his eyes upfield, has a man, it's White. White's got a first down. 11 yards on 3rd and 9.
White takes the ball, stopped by Briston Corrigan. We want to thank our Blues boosters, Hart floor covering, Logan.
So the Riverhawks out to the 40-yard line. Murdoch, the receiver to this side, 2 to the far side, and White in the backfield. He's going to get the carries. Got a seam. Picking up 5. Noah White has 22 yards on 4 carries, so he's averaging just over 5 yards per carry. And you look at Ridgeline, they've got 3 rushers averaging better than 5 yards per carry. We'll get to that stat in just a minute. On 2nd and 5, here comes the blitz. Cox gets rid of it. Murdoch's tall, and he used every inch to haul that one in. He's right at the marker. Let's see if they give him the first down. They're going to give it to him. So DeMooney averages 5.2 per carry. Cox averages 5.5. Webb averages 5, and White averages 4.75. So the run game has been effective. Webb comes off late. And now the interior defensive lineman, Luke Togiai, points at the center of the guard and said, hey, he's moving. And the officials see the same thing. So the Riverhawks up the degree of difficulty now. First down and 15, 6.5 to play in a scoreless first quarter. Cox to give to White. He stumbled as he took the handoff. He only picked up 2. It's a nice evening here in Millville. If I turn around and look behind me to the west, there's some big, ugly black clouds coming over that mountain. So we'll hope the weather holds. But I heard there's a big, nasty thunderstorm working across Box Elder County. But right now, it's beautiful. 2nd and 13. Murdoch sits down underneath. He's going to block. White slips a tackle. Look out. 26 yards for Noah White after he makes the first man miss.
On the coverage.
2 catches, 37 yards for White, and it's a first down. It was 2nd and 13. And the ball at the Highland 28. They're going to give to White again. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Togiai, one of them. He finished him off. Dylan Jester was there as well, along with J.J. Flores. Pretty good size front 3 for Highland. They've got a DN, maybe he's a linebacker. It's not all that big. It's like Oz Fulmer, playing more of like a linebacker. Look out, here comes Togiai. Man open, it's Webb. Touchdown. 28 yards, Cox to Webb. Cox stood in there. Togiai was bearing down, and Cox unloaded as Webb came free. Murdoch with the high snap. Good job placing it by Webb, and Murdoch makes it 7-0 Ridgeline. 5:03 to play in the first. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
My grandpa went to the Star Hospital to get his back fixed. The doctor used a robot to make a mini invasion. That's pretty cool. When Grandpa had his old back, he just wait on the couch and watch the news. But now we do cool stuff like fishing and hiking.
We provide comprehensive spine care and minimally invasive orthopedic procedures at 8-star hospitals all along the Wasatch Front. Look for the star.
Wonder where we keep all the robots.
Ridgeline jumps out in front with 5:03 to play in the first quarter. A 28-yard touchdown pass from Cox to Webb. And Murdoch will tee it up at the 40. They overcame a couple of penalties on that drive. A hold and a false start. Murdoch with the line drive. Oh, his knee was down when he caught it. They say that was returnable, and it looks like there's some yards there for Dalton Jones, but he put his knee on the turf at the 5 when he picked it up. So that's where Highland will start, now trailing 7-0. Highland last year averaged 33 points per game. They only scored 10 in their opener against East. Now East is a power. And Ridgeline, we mentioned their defense. They're giving up almost 35 points per game. They played against a couple of really high-powered offenses in Pineview and Farmington. Farmington, though, I think their calling card is defense. They are tough defensively. 6A team in only their second year. This will be a good test for the Ridgeline defense. Again, tough schedule early for the Riverhawks. Durham fakes the fly sweep, keeps it. He's out near a first down. He's going to be a couple yards short.
Quarterback Durham, the ball carrier. Hanson and Gebert on the stop for the Ridgeline Riverhawks.
Highland ranked 5th in the entire state of Idaho as they send DeMuzio in motion, and Durham's going to keep it again. He's got the first down out to the 20-yard line. Picked up 6.
Durham keeps the ball and runs. Mellon on the
The 3rd and 5A. $14 yards rushing right now for Highland. They had 18 in the entire game against East. They were not able to get the run game going. Durham's going to hand it off. Jones bounces outside, has the edge. He's across the 30, out to the 31-yard line. He picks up 11.
Dalton Jones, the ball carrier.
And after starting at the 5-yard line, Highland quickly out to the 30, 31. Defensively, they wanted to rotate a lot of guys, especially on the front line, speaking of Ridgeline, because they're not really that big. If they can keep a bunch of guys in there fresh, here's the little draw play for Jones, and he's pulled down at the line of scrimmage.
The handoff to Dalton Jones. Noah Monk.
2nd and 10.
And Rhett Gebert on the stop for the Riverhawks.
Gebert and Monk on the stop there. Gebert, he's a tackling machine. Number 10 for the Riverhawks. He's already got 1 sack and just about another one on the first possession. And he's coming after the quarterback again. Durham unloads.
The pass complete to Josh Potter.
And a gain of 6.
Cameron Dowling on the coverage.
Third and 4. Under 3 minutes to play in a 7-0 first quarter. Ridgeline with the early lead. Durham keeps it, finds a seam, out to midfield. 13 yards on 3rd and 4.
Durham, the ball carrier, tripped up by Mellon and brought down by Gebert.
Duffin and Allen to the near side, and two backs in the backfield now with Durham. Durham's going to hand off to Jones. Jones bounces outside, tripped up. He had a lot of yardage out in front of him. But a saving tackle made out there by the corner. I believe that was Windward. 6 yards for Jones.
Jones with the ball for the Rams.
Potter's in the backfield with Durham. And a hand to Potter. Potter's got the first down, still on his feet as he pushes his way forward for 5 yards.
Bridger Hammond on the stop for the Riverhawks.
Potter's first carry. Bridger Hammond makes the tackle.
Jake Fielding for the Riverhawks.
And hand to Potter again. Potter makes some guys miss. He picks up 4, but there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Potter, the ball carrier.
See if Ridgeline jumped or what the call is.
Ridgeline.
Chop block. So that's going to back Highland way up as we're under 2 minutes. We're at 1:33 in a 7-0 first quarter. Ridgeline on top, courtesy a 28-yard connection from Cox to Webb.
Thanks to our Blue Boosters, Heart Floor Covering, Logan Oral Surgery, Youngblood Real Estate, Schreiber
10-yard penalty, and now Highland backed way up. 1st and 20. No, they're going to add 5 more for the chop. It's a chop block. There you go. 1st and 25. See if Ridgeline brings some heat. They're showing 4-man rush, and that's what they're bringing. Durham's going to keep it. He's got a hole. Bounces to the outside. He's in the clear. Nice tackle made as Brandon Cook fought off a block on the edge. But Durham picked up 17.
By Brandon Cook.
Durham's averaging 11 yards a carry right now. 4 carries, 44 yards. We didn't get his sack in there. He lost about 10 on that sack. Durham's going to give it off. DeMuzio was looking for running room. He found a little, but not much.
Mellon on the stop.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down. We'll see if Highland runs another play. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter. They're not in any hurry. Mason Mickelson, the big tight end, comes off the field. I think they're going to run. I think they'll be able to get a play off. 3rd and a long 5. Duffin in motion. Low snap. Durham throwing the screen. It's picked off. Giebert's got a lot of green. Durham makes the tackle, but Giebert returns it on the final play of the first quarter inside the Highland 30. We'll take a timeout and be back on the Game of the Week.
Hey guys, if you've been thinking about a guitar or any other instrument in mind for you or somebody else, we have some great financing options from 6 to 12 months. Yamaha's doing a 12-month plan right now. Come in, get some time to pay it off, and have no interest for up to a year.
Seven 0. Ridgeline leading Highland at the end of 1. Rhett Giebert with the interception on the last play of the first quarter. It was 3rd down, and Easton Durham had trouble with the snap. It kind of screwed up all of the timing of that screen. He tried to throw it anyway with guys hanging on him, and Giebert picked it off. Strat Simmons left early. So 5 yards, and we're back in Ridgeline up. Ridgeline leads 7-0 as we start this second period. They're ranked 5th in 4A, with wins over Pineview and Cypress, and the loss last week to Farmington. They were shut out last week against Farmington. Not something that you see with a Travis Van Leeuwen offense. Here's the give to White. He's got a convoy. He turns the corner, and actually his lead blocker just destroyed. Just blew up one of the defenders, but he fell right down into where White was going. And White had to bump around him, or that might have been a bigger gain. Football's a game of inches. And White's coming off holding his shoulder. Uh-oh. DeMooney's already out injured. And White has his right arm. He's not moving it. We'll keep an eye on him. Cox on 2nd and 12. He's in trouble, and he's snowed under. Big loss. Eight-yard loss for Cox. And it's going to be 3rd and long.
We have just 10 minutes left on our practically
3rd and 20.
Sale in the end zone for $5 shirts, $25 full sweatsuits, $20 quarter zips.
DeMooney already out with an injury. And Noah White, who has 27 yards on 6 carries, is on the sideline, and they're looking at his shoulder right now. Cox hangs in. He's got a man coming free, and he can't climb the ladder quite high enough. It's Strat Simmons. He had to get up in the air for it, and after the turnover, Ridgeline's going to come up empty. Cox was 7 of 8, 78 yards and a touchdown before that. Murdoch boots this one away and never turns over, and it's going to go out of bounds inside the 5. That's going to end up being a great kick. That's out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Murdoch's punt rolls out at the 2-yard line.
But right now, Noah White, the sophomore, who's averaging 6 yards per carry in this game, is on the sideline. He's gotten a lot of duty because Jovessa DeMooney, the junior, is one of the top rushers in the state. 7 touchdowns for DeMooney. That's number 2 in the state for rushing touchdowns. DeMooney's out with an injury. Didn't even dress for this game. And White out there now. Here's the big play to DeMuzio. Nice throw. Out to the 37-yard line, 34 yards, Durham to DeMuzio. Durham 2 backs in the backfield with him now. Another high snap. He retreats out of there. He's in trouble. He throws it away. There's nobody there. That's going to be intentional grounding. He just chucked that one up. And there was none of his team within, well, a long way. And that's going to be loss of down and the penalty. It happened clear back at the 24-yard line. So it's from the spot. It's going to back it clear up to the 19. Third penalty on Highland, who's in Pocatello. Chubbuck actually just off the freeway there. Second and a lot, about almost 30 yards. Give to Jones. Jones has a couple.
Jones, the ball carrier. Milliman on the stop.
Sun's peeking out now. Looks like the thunderstorm everybody here pregame was worried about maybe breaking up as it came across the lake. Pounded part of Box Elder County. Not going to make it here, hopefully. 3rd and 25. Durham keeps. Durham with a minimal gain, if anything. It looks like he's got a yard. So penalties stall the drive for Highland. And Ridgeline will take over, leading 7-0. 8:50 to play in the first half. Webb, Giebert back with him. High kick. Webb calls for a fair catch. He muffs it, but it falls right on it. In fact, I don't know if it even got out of his hands. He was kind of dropping it as he fell, and he fell forward on it. And Caden Cox and the Ridgeline offense will take over at the 46-yard line. Good field position, but minus the 2 starting running backs in DeMooney and White. So he was going to carry the ball for the Riverhawks now. Cameron Bott, the junior, is in the backfield with Cox. Cox throws, little high. Murdoch with strong hands pulls it down. Boy, that was so close to a pick going the other way. And Murdoch picks up 10. Murdoch's first reception. And a flag thrown before the play. It looked like Ridgeline went a little too fast. Their 4th penalty. Well, 1st and 15, a lot of penalties in the early going here. There's 8:24 left in the half. That's the 7th penalty. And they were all warranted. Here comes some pressure. Cox unloads. He finds Murdoch. Murdoch picks up about 4 of the penalty yards back.
Reception by Murdoch for coverage by Ames. We also want to thank our New Horizons Beauty College.
2nd and 12. Highland starting to dial up the heat on Caden Cox. They're bringing 5 this time. They throw the little screen back to Simmons. Simmons, and way from the back judge throws a flag as a little tunnel screen. And instead of 3rd and 5, it may be 2nd and 22. The illegal block in the back on Ridgeline. So it's not a hold. So another 10-yard penalty. The 5th of the first half on Ridgeline. And it is 2nd and 22. Cox drills one underneath to Simmons. Simmons on the move, and he's out near a first down. 19 yards. And Cox drilled that one in there. Cox throws to the edge to Webb on 3rd and short. Webb's got a first down. 6 yards on 3rd and 2. And Webb having himself a first half. 3 catches, 38 yards, and a touchdown. Here's the give. Nice little crease there for Cameron Bach. He only picked up 3. Looked like he had more than that, but they got his knee on the ground quicker than I thought. Still, running game to keep the defense honest. 4-man rush. Cox in trouble. Cox somehow gets out of trouble. Lofts one to Murdoch. Murdoch with the grab. Now we got a flag. Is it going to be offensive PI or defensive? The defender never turned and had his hands on Murdoch, but did Murdoch push off? It's a 16-yard grab. Boy, Murdoch showed some strong hands in this game. Taking passes away, balls away from defenders all over the place. So it is going to be a pass interference. $17 yards and a first down for Ridgeline. Three catches for 31 yards for Murdoch, 134 yards and a touchdown on 12 of 14 for Cox. And they had Cox wrapped up, and he pulled out of there somehow. His dad, Travis Cox, that was what he was so great at out at Mountain Crest. Went on to play at Utah State. He was Houdini. Here's the give to Webb. Webb, oh, he took a high shot. Was walloped inside the 10. In fact, Travis Van Leeuwen's wondering why that's not a flag. He took it right to the side of the head. Webb picked up about a yard. I don't know that the defender came in targeting his head. He came in a little bit high, but you know, he just laid a lick on him. They don't worry about intent, though. They usually will call that. Here's the give to Bott. He's looking for the edge. You got to turn it up, son. And he loses a yard. So it's 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line for Ridgeline. 2 of 4 on 3rd downs. They lead 7-0 with 5:20 to play in the first half. See if it's 4-down territory here or if it's take a shot and kick the field goal if it's not there. Cox for the end zone, touchdown! Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Cameron Dowley from 9-10 yards out. Dowley's second grab of the night. And the Riverhawks put another one on the board. Trouble on the PAT attempt. So nothing there for Ridgeline, but they lead 13-0 with 5:09 to play in the half. Caden Cox with his second touchdown pass of the night. 10 yards to Cameron Daly. And Ridgeline leads 13-0. The PAT was unsuccessful. But here's your storyline going forward. Jovessa Demooney was not playing in this game, one of the top rushers in 4A. And the state, for that matter. He's dinged up. And Noah White goes out with what looks like a shoulder injury. He's got his pads off and his arm in a sling. His right arm in a sling on the sideline. He looks like he's done for the night. And he was averaging 6 yards per carry in the game tonight. Here's Jones with some running room, picks up 7.
Demusio, the ball carrier. Branson Jones on the stop for the Riverhawks.
Jones is averaging 5 yards a carry for Highland, but offensively, Highland hasn't been able to get in a rhythm. Here's the give again. I think that's Demuzio. He picks up 4 and the first down. That is Demuzio.
Demuzio, the ball carrier.
Motion Schumann out of the backfield. Now he comes back in. And Durham's going to hand it off to Jones. Jones upended after a gain of 3.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Jones has got some speed to him.
On the stop for the Riverhawks.
If he gets a
Abode and Company Real Estate,
little bit of space, look out.
Cash Valley Electric, Members First Credit Union, New Horizons Beauty College, and Visionary Homes for their support.
Wilhelm to the near side, 2 receivers inside of him. And Durham's going to keep. Spins out of the initial hit. Jake Fielding couldn't bring him down, but he slowed him down. And it's a pickup of 3. 3rd down.
Durham, the ball carrier. Lundahl.
1 of 4 on 3rd downs. For Highland. That's been an issue here in this first half. 3rd and 4. Durham's going to keep on a design quarterback keeper. He hits the edge. Picks up a block and he's out near midfield. Just short of midfield. He picked up 11 on 3rd down and 4. Their first down of this second quarter. There's 2:52 to play. Their first 3rd down conversion, I should say, of this second quarter. There's 2:52 to play in the half. Trailing 13-0. Highland with the little flip to Potter. You're coming on that fly sweep. You're looking for the first gap to turn that up. You don't want to run all the way to the far sideline. Potter turned it up. But there wasn't much there. He's dropped after a 2-yard gain. Lundahl was in there. There's another one of those. We talk about these underclassmen. Lundahl just a sophomore. $16 seniors on this team. Faked in the motion man, and Durham's going to keep it.
Durham,
6 yards for Durham, 3rd and short. 55 yards on 9 carries for Durham. It's going to be 3rd and 2. They've run that play a lot where Durham's gone back to, looks like he's going to throw and just tucks and runs. He's completed 3 passes for 44 yards. He's going to keep, and they're going to run the option to Jones. Jones hit hard, ball's free. Nobody knew it was free for Ridgeline. They're all standing around kind of celebrating a nasty hit. And then one of the Highland players comes in and recovers it, and it's a first down. Highland fortunate on that play. I mean, that was a good hit right on the ball. Jones flipped up in the air. The ball came out. Ridgeline's all kind of standing around celebrating the big hit. And one of the Highland players alertly jumped on it. 1:31 to play in the half. Timeout Highland. As the sun slips behind the Wellsvells. Bear River Range back behind the stadium here. Looking pink, and it's just a pretty night here in Millville. Green Canyon's at Box Elder tonight in other region action. Logan at Desert Pines, Nevada in the Polynesian Classic. We spoke about Green Canyon and Box Elder. Green Canyon's 3-0, Box Elder 2-1. Logan 1-2 going against 1-0 Desert Pines, Nevada. 1st and 10. Durham throws back into the screen. First tackle broken, second one not though by Duffin. Picks up 5. Picked up more like 6 where they spot it. Clock runs with a minute left in the first half. Ridgeline leading by 2 touchdowns. Lots of time for Durham. Lots of room in front of Durham. Picks up a big block, and that was a blindside block, and there's the flag. You can't do that anymore. 5 years ago, Tag Allen would have made a sensational block, but you can't make that peel back block anymore where a defender's chasing after somebody and looking at the runner, and you just come up and put a shoulder into their shoulder, an ear hole. I mean, they used to call them an ear hole. You can't do that anymore on any level. That's how the game has evolved. And that was blocked. Oh, they're picking up the flag. Oh, that was clearly one of those peel back blocks. I don't know why they picked up the flag, but they talked about it. And it's a first down for Durham. He had a lot of room in front of him. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Ball's down at the 25-yard line. And what are they talking about? I wonder if they're talking about the spot of the ball, because they spot the ball where they threw the flag. And I think he was actually up ahead of that. Nope, they're just talking about the play clock, and they're going to reset that. It looked like he had gotten a little bit further than that. But they're going to put time on the clock. They put 10 seconds back on the clock. 48 seconds. Ridgeline pitching the shutout. 48 seconds left in the first half, but Highland threatening. The deep ball out of bounds. Durham has 67 yards on 10 carries. He's running to the sideline himself to get the play call. 43 seconds left, 2nd and 10. That's been Highland's best play tonight. Just let Durham carry it. Jones has got 32 yards on 7 carries. Durham as they run the screen. Jones with the catch, and he's got running room. Pushed out of bounds. On the 20-yard line, there's a flag in the vicinity of a hold. Cade Hansen forced him out. I wonder if he was held. He came off with a block right there, and it's a hold on Highland. Their 4th penalty. 9 total penalties here in the first half. 38 seconds to play. 13-0 Ridgeline. Bonneville is 1-2. They're at Mountain Crest, who's 0-3. We saw that heartbreaker last week against Box Elder for the Mustangs. Madison, Idaho, up near Rexburg, is 1-0, and they're at Skyview, who's 2-1. Bear River's 1-2, and they visit Morgan, who's 3-0. Skyview's only lost to a tough Skyridge team. There's another hold in the middle. They didn't call it. Down the field, and that was going right into the hands of Eck. And jumping up there to knock it away was Gavin Lishman. So Lishman made a good play, but if he doesn't get it, then Eck's got a pick. I believe that'd be Eck's 3rd of the season. 3rd down. And 14. One of the Ridgeline defenders was coming right up the middle, and the center just grabbed him and fell to the ground, holding him. If they don't throw the flag, it's a great block. Here comes 5 as they run the screen. Daly tries to break it up. Jones stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. They had all sorts of chances to knock him down, and they couldn't do it. 28 yards. A timeout by Ridgeline now. Ridgeline wants to keep Highland out of the end zone. Highland will get the ball to start the second half, so this could be a huge swing. Ridgeline's led the entire way. 2 touchdown passes to Caden Cox, 1 to Daly and 1 to Webb. A missed PAT. Well, the PAT didn't miss. The snap never got there. And that could loom large, but if Highland can get it in the end zone here and then come out to get the ball to start the second half, this is a huge possession in this ballgame. It was 3rd and long for Highland, and they gave up the screen pass. It looked like they had Jones a couple of times, but he fought his way through blockers for the first down, and it's 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line with 23 seconds to play in the half. 2 timeouts for each team. Durham looking at the underneath pattern. A good tackle made out there. Double deuce. Brandon Cook all alone makes the tackle after a 6-yard gain. And a timeout immediately with 16 seconds on the clock. Second and 5. And down here with runners like Jones and Durham, there's a lot of plays you can call if you're Coach Gino Mariani. I think with a runner like Durham, you spread things out, spread that defense out, and then see if you can't get Durham in a little quarterback draw type of situation. 2 backs in the backfield. Potter and Jones. Durham looking for the end zone. He overthrows his man. 13 seconds, and it's 3rd down. Durham is 6 of 10 for 83 yards. And he runs to the far sideline to get the play. He puts in a lot of mileage running to the sideline to get every play. I remember being that young and full of energy. It was nice. 13 seconds to play. It's 3rd and goal at the 4. They're going to pitch it. No, Durham's going to keep. Looking for somebody dragging the back of the end zone. Durham looking for some running room. Slips a tackle. He stops short. There's 1 second on the clock. The clock runs out. Coach Mariani was hollering for a timeout. Did they give it to him? I think they may put time on the clock. Hang on. It's going to be 4th down on about the 3-yard line. They're going to put time on the clock. Coach Mariani was running toward the sideline with 1 second left. There were 2 seconds left when I looked and saw Highlands coach running down the sideline hollering for a timeout. So it would stand to reason that the officials, if they see that, yeah, they put 1 second on the clock, and I think that's absolutely the right call. Ridgeline doesn't like it. But it's the right call. Ian Hershey on for the 20-yard field goal attempt. Looks good, is good. 13-3, our score at the half. Ridgeline leading Highland of Pocatello, Idaho on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Hi, my name is Mickey Kim Nielsen. Some people know me as Mickey, some know me as Kim. Cool people know me as Mick. I'm the lab manager here at Cache Valley Hospital. Clinical laboratory science is that part of healthcare where we analyze blood and other body fluids for disease processes and share that information with the clinician so that he knows how to counteract issues and get you on the road to recovery. I'm a clinical laboratory scientist, which means I have a Bachelor of Science degree in clinical laboratory science. I also have a master's degree in business administration. And I'm a registered medical technologist with the American Society of Clinical Pathologists. This is our chemistry section here. We have 2 chemistry analyzers that do the majority of the chemistry testing. We have another analyzer that's behind me here that does some of our specialized chemistry testing. Over here is our hematology analyzer that measures the cells in the blood, lets us know if you have enough blood or need a transfusion to make you feel better. We can tell if there's an infection going on somewhere in your body. And over here we have a coagulation instrument that tests your clotting factors. And that's important to know in case you've ever had a blood clot and you're on medication that slows down the clotting process in your blood. So the physician needs to know those results so that he can manage your medications for that. I've made a lot of friends over the course of my career, and also discovering, the mystery of what's going on, what makes somebody ill, what's going on with them. It's mostly like being a detective and doing the work that figures out what's going wrong. If you love science, you love looking at blood cells and microorganisms in a microscope, the science of this is really what turns me on about it. It's something that I've always enjoyed, looking in a microscope and seeing what's there. I started working here at Cache Valley Hospital back in 2000 when it was known at that time as Cache Valley Specialty Hospital. It's been an awesome experience working for them. They know what they're doing. They have almost 200 hospitals around the world, and so they understand what needs to be done in order to provide quality health care to people every time they come through our doors. I'm probably outnumbered at least 4-to-1 by the women that work in this profession, and it's good because women are very intelligent and bring a lot to the workplace here, and they especially keep me on my toes. If you're interested in pursuing laboratory science as a career, some of the things that you would need to do to prepare, for instance, if you're in junior high or high school, start really enjoying your science classes. Find a way to look at things in a microscope and see if that's something that you enjoy. Then I would prepare myself to go to college. You need a Bachelor of Science degree. It's exciting and very fulfilling. So outside of my laboratory life, I like to do a lot of different things. I'm a drummer in a local rock band, a bunch of old folkies that get together just to play music, the good old stuff from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I have a Harley Davidson I like to ride to work and around the valley. I also paint, I do oil painting, and so I have a kind of a well-rounded personality. I like to hunt and fish and do outdoors camping and all of that kind of stuff. But I can be a serious guy too and sit down and read a good book and appreciate the time doing that. Cache Valley Hospital is a wonderful place to work, and it's a wonderful place here in our community to come for medical services. We can take care of all of your needs. We're a community hospital now. We do everything from visit you, see you in the ER, to deliver babies and provide surgical care as well. Great place to be, great place to work, great place to come for your medical services.
to love what you do in order to put yourself 100% into it. When I was in the hospital for several weeks, I always said to myself, while I am here, I can do what I want, and I want to do what I can.
He had an arteriovascular malformation. It was in the part of the brain that deals with vision. When we went to the hospital and they did a CAT scan, they immediately saw that it was quite serious.
It was very scary for a while. I couldn't see from the side. It seemed like I'd lost all my peripheral vision.
There's nothing worse than seeing your child sick and in the hospital. There's nothing worse. But I think it really helped to define him. Because of this vision cut, he felt like he had blinders on. It gave him the drive and the desire to look more broadly in everything that he does.
Tennis really came about from that, because tennis was one of the few sports that I was cleared to play. I just hit hundreds and maybe even thousands of balls that summer. If you try your best, then no one can ever knock you for anything.
After each match, when he would lose, he'd get in the car and he'd say, "When's the next tournament?" He was less afraid to fail in other things he did, whether it was playing a new instrument or trying to launch this very ambitious fundraising campaign.
It relates to the fire within, or the hunger, the desire to do something. Patrick has that hunger within him, never be satisfied, to always keep striving for more.
All these kids have passion for something, and that's what they're really showing the world.
We're living now, so we need to make the most of it now.
Some people take it upon themselves to be great. I think Patrick is one of those people. I don't think he's setting out, I want to be great. I think he's setting out, I want to be a good person. I want to make a difference.
Greatness has to do with how big of an impact you've had on the community and other people.
This guy can do anything else.
Gauging my best is not actually possible, but just knowing that I can continually push myself and hopefully reach that best is what I'm trying to do.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Dr. Daines, I suppose, along with everybody else in my age group, I am now getting bombarded on a daily basis, it seems, in the mail with hearing aid advertisements coming through the mail. I don't know if you... Really, I just throw them away, because I would say if I needed a hearing aid, here is where I'd come to see you. Are people in danger with these things? I mean, are you going to get a product that's legitimate? Are you dealing with real people, or is it a scam?
You usually get a product it's a decent product, but is it fit for you? Everybody's a little bit different, and we want to be able to have you come in and find out what works best for your individual needs. Some of these hearing aids that you can buy through the mail are not really anything but amplifiers. They turn things up, but simply not turning things up, that doesn't solve the problem. We need to personalize the hearing aid to your individual loss. And make it so what frequencies need to be boosted are boosted, and those that don't need to be boosted aren't.
Oh, okay. So just turning up the volume on something isn't actually going to fix the problem?
It does not. No, we need to make it so it matches exactly what your hearing is.
I had no idea it was that complicated, because, you know, on the street, people might think, yeah, I can send away for one and it's generic and it'll work for everybody, but that really isn't the case.
It really isn't.
No.
And you also see a lot of times advertisements that say, come in for a free trial. We're offering a trial research, and come and give us your opinion on this hearing aid and we'll give you a discount. We're doing a special study with the manufacturer. Well, the manufacturers already have their study done.
Right.
They wouldn't be offering it to somebody here. They have their own research facilities that they do these studies at.
Okay.
And so the study is how many hearing aids they can sell.
Yeah.
It's not a real study.
Yeah, and so again, it's just down to people pushing a product that could be right for A, B, and C, but is not anywhere right for the rest of the alphabet people. But coming here to Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, you are going to find out exactly, if you have 100 different people walking through in a day, you're going to find the exact right, and some of them may not even need a hearing aid, and of course you're never going to push that.
I do not do that. That's one thing that I pride myself in, is I am not a salesman.
Right.
I take care of people, help them meet their needs, and take care of them, and do what we can that way. But I will not push or pressure anybody to purchase a hearing aid.
Yeah. So even though you might be tempted, even though you get these in the mail like I do, don't be tempted, because ultimately it may not be at all what you personally need. Come on down to Cache Valley Hearing and see Dr. Daines, and he will find you exactly what you individually need. Thanks, Dr. Daines.
Thank you.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Your iFit trainer is here.
Let's do this. Let's go, let's go. Follow me. Good strides, good strides. Come on, push. All right, guys, that warm-up's over. Now it's time to turn it up a notch. Raise those knees, hold strong, core, let's go.
Squeeze those biceps, keep those abs in tight.
You got a little resistance for a reason, let's use it. You're doing great. You gotta see this. Did someone order up some incline? Because here it comes. Finish this thing strong. Stay with me, push it. Then 3, 2. We're almost at the finish line. And rest. Beautiful work. That was an amazing workout. We'll see you next time.
Your password is password, and everything you own is gray, Mike.
I thought you liked Basic, Mike.
That was before I had Wendy's Made to Crave chicken sandwiches. Now I know I can do better than Basic.
Upgrade from Basic with 3 new sandwiches on Wendy's Made to Crave menu. The barbecue chicken sandwich, avocado BLT chicken sandwich, and the sauce and bacon chicken sandwich. At Wendy's, we got you.
I need to take a long drive at exactly the speed limit.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experienced dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years. Well, we're back at Ridgeline High School in Millville. Eric Olson along with you tonight, as I am every Friday night and one Wednesday night during football season on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Before we look at the stats of the first half, let's get you up to date on other games if you're watching us on the web here. Box Elder leads Green Canyon 3-0. All these games are at halftime or late in the first half. Bonneville and Mountain Crest are tied at 21. Skyview leads Madison of Idaho 24-13, and Bear River leads Morgan 9-7. So those are some of the other region scores. In this first half, it's a 13-3 lead for Ridgeline. They'll be kicking off. Highland with 115 rushing yards, 83 passing yards, 198 total. Ridgeline 22 yards on the ground, 144 through the air, 166 total. And has 22 yards on the ground because they are down to their third string running back. Travessa DeMooney held out tonight with an injury. His backup, Noah White, had started off really well. He had 24 yards on his first 5 carries and then had a 3-yard carry and came up holding his arm. His right arm wasn't moving. It had it held in tight against his chest, and he took his pads off, checked everything out, put his arm in a sling, and it's, I think, pretty safe to say he's done. For the night, at least. Hopefully it's not serious, but you worry about like a broken collarbone or something like that. Here's the give inside to Jones, and Jones muscles his way for 7 yards.
DeMuzio, the ball carrier. Feet grabbed by Mellon.
39 yards on 8 carries, nearly 5 yards per carry. The passing game is not working for Highland. They've got 83 yards passing. They've hit on 2 big pass plays. Ball on the turf. Durham goes down to get it, and the official's going to say, yeah, he either touched his knee down or he touched it down, and the play's blown dead. It's going to be 3rd down after a loss of 6. Four of 8 on 3rd downs for Highland. They're 3 of their last 3. They started 1 for 4. Durham stands in, delivers. Just overthrown. It was a little bit high and behind his intended receiver, Duffin, and it'll be 4th down. Giebert and Webb retreat. Webb, it's the punt catcher usually, and Giebert's his personal protector. Webb at his 41, his own 41-yard line. Ooh, low snap and a low punt. Webb's going to get away from it, and it's going to take a nice Highland bounce. It's going to go down almost to the 30. In fact, it's going to get the 30. It's going to end up being almost a 50-yard punt. From the 20 to the 30. It's the 31 from the 22, so it's 47 yards on the kick. And a picture-perfect sunset behind us here. We live in a beautiful, beautiful place. Cox keeps. He rode that mesh point for 2 or 3 yards inside with a bot, and he kept it himself and headed the other way, and he picks up 10 yards for Cox. That's his first design run of the night. Bot in the backfield with him. This time they're going to throw the little screen. Simmons picks up a couple.
Easton Eddy with the stop. Jack Simmons with the reception.
2nd and 8. Murdoch had a nice first half, 3 catches, 31 yards. Not a lot of yardage, but they were tough catches that he made. They're going to give it to Bott, and he's swallowed up. In fact, he loses 2 yards.
Cameron Bott, the ball carrier. Evan Ames on the stop for the Rams.
You know, you're down to your 3rd running back. You can't just throw every down. I mean, I guess you can, but you don't want to. You want to keep that defense a little honest. But now on 3rd down and 10, not a lot of options. 3 for 6 on 3rd down for Ridgeline. Cox scoots out of trouble. Looking downfield, unloads. He has a man. Does he have a connection? He does. That's Daly again. He's his best friend.
Cameron Daly.
What's going on?
He was out of bounds.
Nope, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Man, it looked like he caught that, but I'm a long way away from it. And Daly jumped right up and showed the ball. And Ridgeline was heading down the field, and Coach Van Leeuwen, all of them, the whole Ridgeline sidelines got their arms up going, wait a minute, what's going on? There wasn't an official anywhere near it. The nearest official was the back judge. He was clear over on the other side of the field. Trouble. Murdoch has the kick blocked. This happened last week on the first possession of the second half. The snaps have been less than satisfactory on the punt game, on the kicking game. They had trouble on a PAT, and now they've had a punt blocked because of a low snap that Murdoch couldn't get cleanly. He kicked it, but they were right in his grill. And talking to Coach Van Leeuwen before the game, he was concerned about his special teams performance last week with this very thing that's happened. So Durham has a first down at the Ridgeline 13. Durham's going to keep. He's got blockers in space. Durham steps out of a tackle and into the end zone. And just like that, we've got a ball game in Millville.
Durham with the touchdown for the Rams.
Well, that was a crazy turn of events. The whole stadium thought that on 3rd and long, Cameron Daly had a catch. He caught the ball. It looked like his feet were down. Again, I'm all the way over here. But there was no official in a good spot to see whether he got in bounds or not. And they said incomplete. Here's the block kick, and it's 13-9. Ridgeline stays in front, 9:09 to play in the third.
My grandpa went to the Star Hospital to get his back fixed. The doctor used a robot to make a mini invasion. That's pretty cool. When Grandpa had his old back, he just laid on the couch and watched the news. But now we do cool stuff like fishing and hiking.
We provide comprehensive spine care and minimally invasive orthopedic procedures at 8 Star hospitals all along the Wasatch Front. Look for the Star.
Wonder where we keep all the robots.
The kicking game has been an adventure for both teams tonight. A blocked kick for a blocked punt and a blocked kick for Highland, and then Ridgeline just blocked the extra point for Highland. So it's 13-9. 9:09 to play here in this third quarter. Webb's going to chase this one, but it's going to go out of bounds. Highland taking advantage of that block kick, putting it in the end zone.
We also want to thank our green boosters.
Highland scored on 2 of their last 3 possessions.
Redwood Dental, LeGrand Johnson, JBS, Peck Hatfield, Baxter & Moore, LLC,
Ridgeline,
and Thompson Orthodontics.
like you mentioned, it looked like they had a big completion downfield, but the officials said that Daly didn't come down with it inbounds, didn't touch. You need one foot is all. And they're a lot closer than we are. But Ridgeline acted like they had a big play, and they were all confused as well. And Cox is back on the field. Their 13-point lead's been trimmed to 4 points. So they give to Bott. Bott with a good hole up in front of him. Picks up 3. Bott running hard. I don't know that he has the same burst as White and DeMooney. but he certainly puts his head down, sticks his nose in there, and runs hard. They're going to fake the give, reverse out as Cox, look downfield, puts it on the money to Webb. 15 yards. That is just God-given right there. He's on the move. He didn't get his feet quite right, but he got his shoulders around and made the throw. Here's what I'm talking about when I said he puts his shoulder down and sticks his nose in there. He's the most exciting 4 yards you'll ever see. He finished that run with some authority at the end. Pick up a 4. Bott stands next to Cox. Cox looking at 3 receivers. Quick hitter to Simmons, and it's just out of reach.
Intended for Simmons, covered by Watson.
That's the right play call because Highland was bringing some pressure in those A-gaps. Cox just took one step and fired, and he led Simmons just a little too much, but Simmons had a step, and the linebackers had vacated. 3rd and 6. 4-man rush. Cox out pattern. Dowley's hit immediately and then taken down. Boy, that is a tough spot. It still would be 4th down, but he looked like he was across the 40, and then they pushed him back to the 41. So it's only a 2-yard gain. Dowley took a wallop. It's 4th down, and Caden Cox and the Riverhawks are going to go for it. See if they try to get Highland off sides here. Cox is going to keep it. And Highland stayed at home. He picked up a yard. It was 4th and 4. So Highland getting a little juice out of that. $7:29 to play in the 3rd. Cox comes to the sideline. He sits on the bench. I don't know if you just heard that pop. That was him slapping the bench. I could hear it in my headphones clear up here. He's not happy about how that drive ended. Durham across the middle. Defensive end got tackled on his way to Durham. No flag, and it's a 13-yard gain. I mean, he got tackled. Durham with plenty of time. They didn't come after him. First down in Ridgeline territory. Durham keeps again. This time they throw that little screen out and it only goes for 3 yards to Potter.
Pass complete to Potter. Miles Eck on the stop.
Eck makes the tackle. Oh boy, they gave him 4 yards. Second and 6. Give to Jones. Jones cuts it back. Jones has the first down, and he's inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. 8 yards for Jones.
Stopped by Xander Bond.
47 yards on 9 carries for Jones. Highland looking for the lead. They've scored on 2 of their last 3 possessions. Their offense has started to click a little more late in that first half. And after 3 and out on their first possession. The turnover and then turnover on downs has given them some little bit of juice. Durham throws underneath, and it's just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Jackson Schumann.
Pass intended for Schumann.
Eight of 14, 99 yards for Durham. He's a run for a touchdown and 77 yards on 13 carries. He's been sacked once. He was under a lot of pressure early, but Highland's done a good job of keeping the defense off of him of late. Oh, the DN came up hard on Durham, and down he goes. He looked like he was going to get to the edge and get a lot of yards, and it was Giebert who came up and kind of, he came up to set that edge, and he bit up field, and then Durham turned it inside of him, and then Giebert came and made the tackle anyway. No gain. 3rd down and 10. Big 3rd down with 5:10 to play in the 3rd quarter and a 13-9 ball game. Bunch formation to the left. Durham flushed out. Durham on the run. Retreating, throws it away. Boy, Durham took a hit. And he's slow to get up. I was looking for a flag. The official was right there. And Cade Hansen
Mr. Crosby will be there.
said, "Hello. This is my little friend to field." 4th and 10. They keep Durham in there. The ball's on the 33-yard line. It's an awfully long field goal attempt. The Highland defense has been playing well, so Highland's going for it. See if they bring pressure after him. They're bringing 4. Looking for a screen. Throw back the other way. Block made. Tackles made. Turnover on downs. It was 4th and 10. They picked up 6. The Ridgeline defense rises up. Let's see if the Riverhawks offense can get themselves into a rhythm. Cox reverses out, throws back across his body. It's picked off by a lineman. Picked off and returned down to the 15-yard line. There's a flag, and Highland picking off was one of the linemen, and Cox threw it back in there. He had a man downfield. That lineman just kind of reached out and knocked it down and somehow came up with it. That was wizardry. It was magic. He's a warlock. Lock up the children. I don't know how he came up with that. And he returns it to the 15, but there's a flag that's going to bring it back a little bit more. It's post-possession, but Ridgeline turns it over again. This time on the interception. Cox with his 4th interception of the season. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Thrown for 795 yards this season. 163 tonight. We're back where we started a minute ago. Durham looking downfield, has a man breaking free. This one nearly picked off. Well, that one hung out there. A lot of action going on that play. They faked a little underneath. He rolled out of the pocket. He did a hitch and go type look. And Durham just couldn't get it there. Highland fortunate it didn't get picked off. 2nd and 10. Durham's going to give to DeMuzio. DeMuzio running hard up near the first down marker. It's going to be, I think, just a half a yard shy.
Norman.
3rd and 1 for a Highland team that's 4 of 10 on 3rd down. 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. 13-9. Ridgelines led the entire way. But it seems like we've played the last quarter and a half on the Ridgeline side of the field. These two guys in motion. And the flags come out. Durham picks up the first down. That's an illegal shift. And the sideline called that. It almost looked like the officials, the side judge, or the official on the sideline and the white hat were waiting for the other one to make the call. And they finally both made the call. And it's a 5-yard penalty. The first one of the second half on Highland. Ridgeline has not been penalized here in this second half, even on penalties at 5 apiece. The stripes have not been an issue in this game. There have been a couple of times where we've wondered about a spot, but other than that, you haven't noticed them, and that's really the way you want it. That's the way they want it. Durham throws inside, finds his man. First down at the 15-yard line.
Pass complete to Duffin.
Duffin picks up 11. He turned and the ball was there. They just found the spot in the zone. It's 3rd and 6. They picked up 11.
Logan Regional Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider for Utah State Athletics and our Ridgeline River Heights.
Clock rolls down near 3 minutes left in the 3rd. Highland looking for the go-ahead touchdown. Durham unloads in the end zone, just out of the reach of his intended receiver. Tag Allen. Allen's tall, working over on Cook on that corner. Had some height on him, but the pass just a little too long. 2nd and 10. Ball's at the 15-yard line of Ridgeline. Ridgeline's turned it over twice here in this 3rd quarter. They're looking back on the throwback. The defense is there, so they come back to the other option, which is Potter. Potter hauled down at the 19-yard line for a loss of 4.
Cam Daly on the coverage. Pass complete to Josh Potter.
And it's 3rd down and 13. Talked about Ridgeline. They've got 10. They've got 29 yards this quarter. Highland with 2 minutes to play in the 3rd. It's 3rd and 13. Jones in motion. Look out. Giebert's chasing Durham. Durham throws it out of bounds.
Giebert on the coverage. Brings up 4th and 13.
Giebert had him dead to rights. Durham with a nice play to escape. And then Giebert just harassed him until he threw the incomplete pass. Let's see if they're going to try a kick here. It looks like they are. Hershey's on the field. It's going to be about a 36-yard kick. 36 yards from the right hash. Blocked. It's Giebert. And it's picked up by Lundahl. He returns it to midfield. Giebert with the block, Lundahl picks it up, and he just kind of stood there for a minute. And everybody said, "Run, son!" And so he did. So Ridgeline turns away yet another Highland opportunity. And the Highland Rams have got to be getting frustrated. They've been in scoring position multiple times tonight. They've got 9 points to show for it. A couple of block kicks, one block PAT, a block field goal. And Coach Van Leeuwen's on the sideline. He's got his hands up. He's looking for the ball. They want the right ball. I think they've got the right ball. I saw Cox hand the ball to the official. After that whole play was done, Cox ran on the field with the ball he wanted, tossed it to the official. So I wonder if Ridgeline's ball ended up on the other side.
Please pay attention to the
Oh, the little things. First and 10 for Ridgeline. Fake to give to Bott. Cox unloads. There's a flag, and there's an offensive or defensive. Let's see. There's a lot of hand fighting going on. A lot of contact. And it looks like it's against Seth Nate, number 6. It's a 15-yard penalty and a first down. Two 15-yard penalties tonight on Highland. Ridgeline has yet to rack up a 15-yarder. Dowley's going to switch sides. Bott in the backfield. And they're going to give it to Bott. Bott with yardage, puts his head down and picks up 8. What I said earlier. I don't think he has the foot speed of the other two running backs, White and DeMooney. Not many do, but he runs with some authority. The junior pressed into action because of injuries to DeMooney and White. Now they flip the formation. They're going to give it to Bott again. See, that time he didn't get his shoulders square. He picked up a yard.
Block the ball carrier. Max Anderson on the stop for the Rams.
It's 3rd down and 2.5. And probably 4 down territory as we're 35 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Everybody up for Highland. Now they back out of it. Here they come, bringing 7. Cox unloads, and it's just past Murdoch. No time for Cox as he had a defender right in his grill. 16 of 21, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick for Caden Cox. And this is a 4th down that's inside the 30-yard line, the 28-yard line of Highland. Let's see if Ridgeline can convert. They're bringing pressure again. Cox leaves it out there. Dowley's got it. First and goal. 26 yards. And Cox put it right there. See if they run another play before the end of the quarter. They do. The give to Bott. Bott picks up a yard. That's the end of the third quarter. So we're going to go to the fourth quarter with Ridgeline knocking on the door, leading 13-9.
Hey guys, if you've been thinking about a guitar or any other instrument in mind for you or somebody else, we have some great financing options from 6 to 12 months. Yamaha's doing a 12-month plan right now. Come in, get some time to pay it off, and have no interest for up to a year.
Ridgeline's knocking at the door, leading 13-9. A big third down conversion, a catch by Cameron Dowley. He's been big tonight, 42 yards, 4 receptions. Webb, the other guy, 53 yards on 4 receptions, and they have the 2 touchdown receptions between them. Mountain Crest leads Bonneville at the half, 28-21. I'm sure they're into the second half of that one by now. Mountain Crest all of a sudden finding the scoring punch. Bott and Webb are in the backfield. Now Webb vacates. Hand to Bott. Bott puts his head down. Pushed sideways, and he's just inside the 1-yard line. Third and goal from the 1.
Off the ball carrier, stopped by Oz Fulmer.
Morgan leading Bear River 27-9. Box Elder leads Green Canyon in the third quarter 9-6. Green Canyon undefeated. We saw Box Elder last week grind it out win over Mountain Crest. Give to Bott. Bott's caught in the backfield. It's interesting to me. Travis Van Leeuwen, I think, calls a very good game. But Cox is mobile. It's interesting to me they don't move him around a little bit and put a little bit of pressure on the defense with his feet. But I'm not in practice, and I'm not in the playbook. It's 4th down and goal at the 2. They're not even going to think about a field goal. Now they use Cox's feet, and he's stuck. I mean, the ball's free, and it's picked up by Webb, but he's short. In fact, they're going to call it an incomplete pass. It wasn't a fumble. So Ridgeline doesn't get in. Highland sold out those last 2 plays. They were just coming after the run, no matter what. And I think Coach Van Leeuwen might look at film tomorrow and say, oh, maybe that little pop to the tight end in this situation. But there's not much room down there. And Highland bowing up and stopping Ridgeline. It's a huge stop for Highland. Skyview leads Madison 31-26. So some scoring going on in Smithfield. In contrast to Millville, where both teams seem to be allergic to the end zone. Here's Durham being swung down and stopped for a loss.
Dowley on the stop for the Riverhawks.
It's Dowley. He's had a good game. Both sides of the ball. Giebert's been everywhere defensively. Haven't heard much from any of the defensive backs because both these teams kind of run the ball and keep things short. Durham unloads. I think that was DeMuzio picking up 6. Another third down. It's 3rd and 4 for Highland. See if the Ridgeline defense can make another big play. Keep them pinned back. Durham turns it upfield, first down and more. He's got blockers as he cuts back into the middle. He's out near the 30-yard line. And it was Dowley that finally caught him. 21 yards on 3rd and 4 for Durham. He's at 97 yards on 16 carries. ...166 yards rushing for Highland. 51 here in the second half. But they've had a short field a lot of this second half. Here's Jones. Tried to bounce it outside. Turned back in, and a lot of blue there. He picked up a yard. So Ridgeline would have loved to have gotten that stop and made Highland punt from deep in their own end zone. Instead, the Highland drive continues with 8:30 left in the game, and Ridgeline nursing a 13-9 lead. Mickelson splits out wide to the right, 2 here to the bottom of your screen on the left side. Durham's looking right. Got time, now breaks down. There's a flag in the backfield, it's gonna be a hold. Durham making moves, he picked up 5, but it's all for naught as 2 of his linemen took down one of the Ridgeline defensive linemen. It was like WWF out there. The bad guy tag team came in and grabbed the one guy, took him down, beat him up, sat on him, hit him with a chair. So for Highland, that's penalty number 7. Ridgeline is flag free here in this second half. So it's 2nd and 21. We're under 8 minutes to play in the game. Same formation as last time with Mickelson to the right, 2 receivers here to the left. 2 in the backfield with Durham. They're going for Mickelson with the size advantage, and Durham leaves it short. You know, so often they throw that pass short on purpose for a back shoulder type of throw. The receiver to stop, and he either catches it as the defensive back runs by, or the defensive back runs into him, and then it's a 15-yard penalty. But that one fell incomplete, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and 21. See how aggressive Ridgeline is. They're bringing 4 after Durham. Durham's going to keep. Durham slowed down. Picks up 8, but he needed 21. 105 yards now on 17 carries for Durham, but he's well short of the first down, and the Highland defense keeps Ridgeline out of the end zone. And they're able to move the ball out about 20 yards, but now they have to punt it away. Webb back at the 33. Boy, another high snap. They get it off, and Webb loses it, and I think Highland was right there to pick it up. Let's see. Nope. It looked like he lost it and Highland had got on it, but it's Ridgeline football at the 34-yard line. With 6:56 to play, Ridgeline runs their offense pretty fast. You don't see them grinding 6 minutes off the clock very often. A touchdown here would almost put the ball game away, but crazy things happen in high school football. Cox throws out to Dowling. Dowling still on his feet, out near midfield. Knocked out of bounds at the 50, a 16-yard gain to start this drive.
Jaden Bell gets him out of bounds.
Dowling now with 58 yards on 5 catches. And we're right at midfield with 6:48. And they're telling them to start the clock, and they finally do. They're going to throw the screen. This one to Holmgren, his first catch of the night, as he steps out of bounds after a 6-yard gain.
Holmgren gets the ball. Bell on the cover DB.
That's what I say about, I think Coach Van Leeuwen calls a really good game. He's got a sophomore quarterback out there. He tries to put him in positions to succeed. And I think as time goes on, you trust him a little bit more, and he'll let him go downfield once in a while, but they're almost using the pass like part of their running game. They're down to their third string running back. It's Bott, and they give it to him. He starts one way, hits the other. He's going the wrong direction. You can't belly backwards. It's a 6-yard loss. Now it's going to be 3rd and 11. Bought 10 carries, 12 yards. He just kept giving ground, and he couldn't beat the defense to the edge. So now it's 3rd and 11. First 3rd down was right at the goal line of this 4th quarter. This is their second 3rd down chance. Cox in trouble, ducks out of it. He's got running room, he can also throw. Steps inside, first down. Late flag. They threw this flag where there was no Ridgeline players except for Cox. So Cox has got the first down. He was the only Ridgeline player there. They threw the flag right. He picked up 15, 16 yards and a first down, holding on Ridgeline. There was nobody even near that. They threw it right at the pile. There's nobody downfield. And Coach Van Leeuwen's talking to that side judge. Now, it could have happened in that spot, and he was reaching for his flag and couldn't get it out before those players had vacated there. To be fair, you know, sometimes those officials are looking for it, and he's throwing it at the spot where he saw it happen. So it's a 10-yard penalty, but from where it was, it makes it 3rd and 5. And that's why, you know, fans and people watching, you get upset. There was nobody else there. Well, maybe there was just a moment ago. He's got to get that flag out of there and throw it to the spot. 3rd and 5. 5.5 to play in the game. Clock runs. Here comes pressure. Cox can't get out of it this time. And he takes a huge loss. Huge. They're going to spot him back for an 11-yard loss. They pushed him back way further than that. Cox under duress. They've been sending pressure up those A gaps at him, and they haven't been able to get it to him. All right, last punt was a bad snap, and it was blocked. Let's see what happens now. This one's not a great snap, and it's blocked again. I don't know if it was blocked. Murdoch might have hit it off the side of his foot, and everything's going cattywampus for Ridgeline now. The kick goes out to the 47-yard line. It's a 9-yard punt. The snap was a little high and to the right. Murdoch had to go get it. And I think he was still thinking about that block a few minutes ago, and he rushed it. And it went off the side of his foot, and he was getting some pressure from Jaden Bell. So Highland with yet another chance. They have played most of this second half in the Ridgeline half of the field. They're at their own 47 to start this drive. Somehow Ridgeline's only given up 9 points. Incomplete as Durham threw it behind his receiver.
We would like to thank the Riverhawk Boosters Cash Car Wash, Cook and Salty Foot and Ankle, Giant Carpet One, and Icon Health and Fitness. And our Blue Boosters, Schreiber Foods, Wasatch Taylor Made Builders, Youngblood Real Estate, Logan Oral Surgery, and Heart Health Program for their support of Riverhawk Athletics. Remember, there is a dance after the game, $3 in the commons area.
Ben Woodland heads to the sideline as Daly comes on. DiMuzio in motion. Durham back there all by himself. Flushed off of his spot. Completes it out to the big tight end who was all alone, Mickelson. He picked up 12. I mean, he was all alone. Durham had lots of time to look for him. Mickelson with his first grab of the night. 130 yards now for Durham. 13 of 25, 130 yards. Clock runs under 4 minutes. Highland needs a touchdown. They're down by 4. Give to Jones. Jones into the secondary. Picks up 9.
Dalton Jones, the ball carrier, stopped at the feet by Rhett Giebert.
Giebert with the tackle, 57 yards on 11 carries for Jones.
Redwood Dental and Thompson Orthodontics for their support of Ridgeline High School.
179 yards rushing for Highland. Durham's going to keep it. Durham, look out! Pops it outside. He's inside the 10, on his feet inside the 5.
Quarterback Easton Durham with
28 yards for Durham.
Lishman with the stop.
Now Highland will take their sweet time. 3 minutes to play in the game, and Highland with goal to go on the 4-yard line. See if Ridgeline can keep him out of the end zone. A 4-point ball game, 13-9. Give it to DiMuzio. DiMuzio in trouble. Spins out of it for a moment. He's stopped for a yard loss.
Caleb DiMuzio, the ball carrier.
2nd and goal at the 5.
Dylan May with some help on the stop.
And the clock approaching the 2-minute mark. Ridgeline defense has made plays all night. They've given up 34 points per game. Tonight they've only given up 9 to a Highland team that was 10-2 last year. State champs in 2017 and one of the top programs in Idaho. Under 2 minutes to play. The back judge is counting. They get it off. Durham to the end zone. Touchdown!
Easton Durham with the touchdown for Highland.
How big is it now that Ridgeline couldn't punch it in from the 2-yard line. They didn't go for the field goal. That would have made it a 7-point game. Instead, they went for it. Didn't get in, and now Highland leads 15-13 with the PAT to come. Hershey's had a couple of kicks blocked. Good snap, good hold, good kick. 16-13, Highland out front for the first time. 1:48 to play in the ballgame on the Game of the Week. We saw a heartbreaker last week where Mountain Crest led most of the game. Box Elder took the lead late in that game and held on to win. And so it was a heartbreaker for Mountain Crest, and it's shaping up like one here tonight. Ridgeline has led the entire game. They just gave up a touchdown, and they trail 16-13. They're down to their third string running back. Just haven't been able to keep an offensive rhythm here tonight with their sophomore quarterback. Let's see what Webb can do with this return. He's got a lane. He's out near the 45-yard line. So that's a good start for the Ridgeline offense. Caden Cox has been under duress here in this second half. The Highland defensive line has made life pretty miserable for Cox here in the second half. He's thrown an interception. He's thrown for 211 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. Not a bad stat line. But he's been sacked a couple of times and running for his life other times. Underneath to Murdoch. Murdoch drops it. You know, I was just thinking how quiet Murdoch's been. He hasn't caught a pass since the second quarter. He had 3 catches for 31 yards, and he bobbles that one. Drops it, 2nd and 10. He made some fantastic grabs in that first half. Cox has Webb in the backfield with him. Cox steps up, he's got running room, and he waited a half second too late, too long to run. He's tracked down from behind by Max Anderton. He picks up 5. It's 3rd down and 5. If he takes off 1 step earlier, he's probably got 15 plus yards. Here comes everybody after Cox. Now he takes off again. He's hit right at the marker. He looks like he's going to be about a yard short. Timeout Ridgeline. 1 minute to play. It's going to be 4th and a yard.
Another thank to our Riverhawk Boosters, Cash Car Wash, Giant Carpet Lane, Icon Health and Fitness, and Quick Consignment.
Ridgeline running the ball. Again, I told you they're down to their 3rd string running back because of injuries. 29, 39, 41 yards on the ground for Ridgeline. 211 through the air. Green Canyon leading Box Elder. That one in the 4th quarter, 20-9. Skyview and Madison The last score we had on that one was halftime, 31-6, Skyview leading Madison. Mountain Crest was leading last time we heard as well. 28-21 at the half over Bonneville. That's the last score we had there. And here's the ball game right here. 1 minute to play, fourth and about a yard and a half. They gave Cox a tough spot. 5 receivers. 5-man rush. Cox unloads. First down. Webb with the catch. Nothing fancy, just get 4 yards down the field and pick up that first down. Clock stops while they set the yard markers. Cox with an empty backfield, 4-man rush. Cox unloads at the last second. He's walloped out of bounds. And it's incomplete. 20 of 28, 215 yards for Cox. It's 3 of 6 here in the fourth quarter for 26 yards. 43 seconds to play in the game. Ridgeline needs a field goal to tie. Webb in the backfield. Cox is going to unload, going for the home run, and it's hit foul. Togiai walloped Cox. He had 2 receivers in the vicinity, and he overthrew them both. He throws a pretty ball. Cox isn't big either. He's a sophomore. I don't know if he's even 16 yet. He's probably 5'9", 5'10". Man, he throws a pretty ball. And he's fast. He's quick. 3rd and 10. He's had to use those feet to get out of trouble. Again, a 4-man rush. He dumps it off. He could have probably ran, and his receiver, Dolly, falls down. It's going to be 4th and 4. Six catches, 64 yards for Dowley. Timeout Ridgeline. They've got 1 left, 31 seconds. And again, it comes down to 4th in the ball game. 3 of 13 on 3rd down for Ridgeline. Cameron Bott has played hard tonight, and he's run for a hard 12 yards. He took a couple of losses that made that average not look as good. He had a couple of really hard nose runs, but he's not the speedster that DeMooney is and White is. They're just such a huge part of this offense. It's really limited the Ridgeline offense, not having those 2 options. I mean, they were humming along with White until he got hurt. 4th and 4. 5-man rush, and it's knocked down. There's a flag, and before the play, illegal procedure. The illegal procedure on 4th and 4 before the snap. So it's going to be 4th and 9. That was Knowles they were throwing it for. And it was knocked away. Knowles is a good-looking, another one of those good-looking sophomores. I think he's Marty and Milena Knowles' kid, both great players back in the day at Mountain Crest, football and volleyball. So it's 4th down in the ball game again for the 3rd time. See if Ridgeline's got a miracle up their sleeve. Cox running for his life. Unloads, incomplete. They ran games on the edge. They ran little twists on the edges. Did Highland. They ran the same defensive plays. They got twists and stunts out there, and they got guys off to the edge where nobody blocked him, and that kept Cox, as he left the pocket, from being able to get outside free. And Highland's going to come back and win this ball game. Cox will finish the night 21 of 30 for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. 64 yards for Dolly, 57 for Webb. But Highland will get the win, 138 yards on 19 carries and 2 touchdowns for Highland's quarterback, Durham. And they get the late score to steal one here in Millville, make that bus ride a little bit happier back home to Pocatello. Thanks for joining us on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Next week at Skyview is Green Canyon and the Bobcats. We give you a first look at those two teams next week. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week.